Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative. Today I would like to share something with you that I think is very, very important for all of us to be aware of. So a few weeks ago I was actually scrolling through my Facebook page and I came across a post from one of my friends. She has a 6-year-old daughter, and apparently this poor young lady has been suffering with really, really bad eczema. She proceeded to kind of tell us the story of her daughter and how this eczema got so bad that it actually turned into MRSA. And so, of course, she winds up in the hospital. And she posted some pictures of some of the wounds on her skin. And I just feel for this poor little girl. I myself suffer from bouts of eczema. And I can't even imagine it getting that bad. I reached out to my friend, and then I learned that her daughter is actually suffering from something that is called TSW, or, let me make sure I get this right, Topical Steroid Withdrawal. I'm sure probably most of you have never heard of that. I hadn't heard of it, but my friend proceeded to explain to me that it is actually a condition that starts out with somebody having eczema, and they go to the doctor and they're given steroid creams. Now, not sure if you know this or not, but with steroid creams, you should only be using them for no more than 14 days. Now, usually when a patient has some type of rash and they're given a prescription for cortisone cream, they apply it on their rash and the rash goes away. And if you're lucky, that rash is not going to come back. I actually know by experience that more than you would think, that is not the case. That rash does come back. So then you wind up going back to the doctor and they give you another type of cortisone cream. And so you put that on and the rash goes away. And then a few weeks later, or even a few months later, your rash comes back. So then you go back to the doctor again. Anyway, you see where this is going. You're prescribed a cortisone cream after cortisone cream after cortisone cream. Well, eventually, your skin gets to a point where it's immune to that. And when the rash comes back, it comes back with a vengeance. And this is what has actually happened to this little girl. So I'm going to share with you my story. I think it's about 20 years ago. I've got notes down here, so I'll be referring to them because I don't want to leave anything out. But about 20 years ago, I had a rash on my skin. It was on my shins, and it would not go away. I had it for probably about a year, and it itched so bad. I would scratch at it, and it would itch more and more and more. Finally, I went to the dermatologist, and she gave me some cortisone cream, and, it went away. But then about 6 months later, it came back. And I went through this cycle for a very long time, for about 10 years. Eventually, we moved away, and I wound up going to another dermatologist. And when he was going to prescribe me some cortisone cream, I pulled out this bag that I had been keeping of all the prescription cortisone creams that I have had throughout the years. And he looked at me and he said, "How long have you been using cortisone creams?" And I told him a story, and he says, "You should not be having any cortisone creams for more than 10 to 14 days. He said, "No wonder your skin is in such bad shape." Right there around my shin, he said that my skin looked that of an 80 or 90-year-old. Fortunately, he did not give me any more cortisone cream. He did run some tests to make sure it wasn't something else, which all that came back negative. And then he said, this is due to allergies. And he sent me to a specialist, and I spent a week with allergy testing, and come to find out I'm allergic to a lot of different things. Most of them are things that you put on your skin, like lotions and cosmetics. Even shampoos and stuff like that. And it's actually the ingredients that are in some of these. For instance, I'm allergic to fragrance. And that actually is a huge culprit of why I wind up with a really bad rash. So he gave me a list of all the things that I'm allergic to. And so whenever I go and purchase cosmetics or anything to apply onto my skin or my hair, I have to look and make sure that those ingredients are not in that particular product. Now, something interesting I did find when I was battling this rash before I knew of my allergies. Each May, our family would go on vacation to Florida to visit my family. And we spent a lot of time in the salt air and at the beach and all. And my rash would go away. And it would return to about November, usually when I started having to wear long pants, which I'm allergic to a lot of things that are in fabrics too, but I won't get into any of that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you suffer from eczema or any type of skin condition, be careful of the cortisone creams because they can become addicting. Pretty much this is what this little girl's going through, is a withdrawal, because her skin is wanting to have more and more cortisone cream. And just like with any other drug, if you're addicted to it, you get to a point where it doesn't really do you any good, and so you need more of it. I am so thankful that my friend was sharing the story of her daughter, because I think it's important that we know about the circumstance that could happen to us if we do, I guess, overdose with cortisone creams. And the purpose of me sharing my story and her story is so y'all won't wind up having really bad issues with your skin. There's a lot of professionals in the medical community that kind of poo-poo that, but there are a lot of them out there that do believe there is something to it. And I'm grateful that my grandchildren that are suffering from eczema actually have a doctor that has listened to them, and they do know about TSW. One of my 2-year-old grandsons has actually been suffering from eczema for quite some time now, and they're sending him for allergy testing. So let's help spread the word about TSW. You know, the skin is the largest organ of your body, and it protects all the other organs that are inside of your body. So it's important that we take care of our skin. And by the way, TSW, or Topical Steroid Withdrawal, is also known as red skin syndrome, or RSS. And if you want some more information, I'll leave a link down in the description box below, so you can go click on it. There is a website. It's called Topical Steroid Withdrawal Syndrome Support. So go check that out and help spread the word. I feel that this subject is so important that I actually developed an awareness bracelet. Adjustable, waterproof, and I've been wearing this all the time, talking about TSW, trying to get the word out and letting people know. Take care of your skin. You don't need cortisone creams. You need to find out why you are having skin issues instead of just kind of putting a Band-Aid on it. You need to find out what the actual issue is. Anyway, I really want to thank you for listening to all this. And let me know if you've ever heard of TSW or RSS. And if you know anybody that suffers from eczema, let me know down in the comments section below. So with the permission I got from my friend, I am going to post some pictures of her daughter's rash at the end of this video. So if you're really interested in that, stay tuned. Fortunately, they found a doctor that is listening to them, and she too is going to be getting some allergy testing. So I hope and pray for all the best for this little girl. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative signing out for now. Bye-bye.